All right, hello everybody. Thanks to Sal Jackson CPA here. I'm here in sunny Florida, Palm City, Florida, with one of my clients, Sam here. Today we are talking about a little bit about his experience, about some of his history, his life, and everything that he has going on. We're sitting here in his beautiful home. Him and his family recently moved into here, and we just finished a couple-day financial planning session with him, and we just wanted to kind of talk through some stuff with you guys and encourage you to hopefully do some of the same stuff that he's doing to further your wealth building journey and your financial independence. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. If you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out, leave us a comment, like, subscribe, share this video with anyone that you think could benefit from it, because we're going to talk through some really awesome stuff here. Okay, so with that, I want to just turn over to Sam and get right into it and just let him introduce himself a little bit to us, tell us a bit about his story and his history, and we'll go from there. So Sam.
Well, thanks. Thanks for coming, by the way. It's always nice to have someone over to the house here, and it's an honor. I don't know if you remember how we met, but I actually picked you up on Instagram. All my kids are telling me about this social media thing, and I'm an old guy, and so I'm not really used to the Instagram way of life, but found you, and I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to be here, and it's been very beneficial.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
My background, I owned an anesthesia practice. We ran about 35 surgery centers, and in 2019 I sold that practice and trying to retire here in Florida. Actually, way back, I came from a very poor family. My dad made about $100 a week, and I think the max he made was about $300 a week. And so I just knew from a real young age that I was really not interested in living that lifestyle forever, and had an entrepreneurial streak in me, and so wanted to try to figure out how to make a living, and a decent living. Wanted to be a surgeon, and at the time couldn't afford to go to college. Okay. And tried to network a little bit, met the state senator, and tried to get scholarships and everything, and this is obviously a long time ago. But then one of my turned out to be a good friend from the hospital. I went, and he said, "Hey, let me help you get through school," and then that's where I did my anesthesia training.
Awesome.
And then build a practice because I was entrepreneurial. Reached out, tried to build. I actually built a management group that serviced, like I said, over 35 surgery centers, and we not only did clinical practice, but we did management, accreditation, group purchasing, revenue cycle management, and really enjoyed that. And then 2019, I sold that. But one of the things that I think was really instrumental through that whole process was to create a team or an advisory team all around, let's face it, none of us know everything, or at least I don't think I do. And what I wanted to do was surround myself with a great team. And so when I had the practice and was building that company, I engaged a couple accountants on the team, a couple attorneys, as well as financial planners. Then I had everything from spiritual advisors right on down to industry-specific advisors that kind of helped me along. And we developed a team. At one point, we had close to 15, 20 people on the team that would just sit around. Annually, we meet at a location, and we just talk about growth and opportunity. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I was a visionary of the company. I wanted to see where we wanted to go, and so quite honestly, and this is what I've taught my children, you got to surround yourself with good people that know more than you do. And so that's basically what I tried to do. And as a result, now that I was retiring, and now basically I want to enter maybe more of a new phase and do real estate. And so what I did was, in the anesthesia, I played Monopoly. I bought a house, paid it off, bought a house, paid it off, bought a house, paid it off. So, by the time we retired, we bought and sold maybe 50 to 100 houses and kept, 30, 40% of them, debt free. And that was kind of a game, like I said, a Monopoly. But now I'm at a point in my life again, here I am 62 years old, And I've got 3 wonderful children. I have a daughter that's a nurse, and my middle son is just graduating from business school, and then my youngest, he's playing football up at Liberty University. And I've got wonderful children, and I wanted to figure out how to create a platform or an infrastructure for them. And now it's kind of the second phase of my life, and I want to grow my real estate business and bring my children along. We've named the company 3 in 1. You know, we want to be guided by the 3 in 1, but I have 3 children in one family.
Awesome. Yep.
And so we just want to grow something. And I think now is a crucial time as we're starting, to build that infrastructure, is to have good quality advisors like yourself to come on board. And it's been an invaluable 2 days. I appreciate you coming.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been great. Thanks for, like I said, having us. And, we've had a lot of conversations over these last couple of days. And it's been really important and really key. One of the things you said is so essential, having a good team in place. There's nothing like having a good advisory team in place. This is for anyone. Even myself, as much as I don't know everything. And so you always got to have someone, like you said, smarter than you, that you can communicate with and converse with, go to dinner, bounce stuff off of, ideas, etc. It's always important to have a really good team around you. And so, you're looking for someone that's an expert in their field, but also humble enough to know when they don't know what they don't know.
Right.
You don't want someone giving you bad advice thinking, oh, he's going to fire me if I don't give him or answer what he's talking about. No, you got to have someone that kind of knows that they're enough to know when they need help. And so you go and get that help, and doesn't get yourself into some more trouble. So awesome. And it's a great story. You came from, average, upbringing. Now you got, you've accumulated quite a bit. I'm not going to say the number. That's for his own private benefit. But, you've accumulated quite a bit for you and your family. And, it's just like, what's one of the key things or reasons why, or ways that you can encourage other people in terms of, you said you bought houses and stuff like that. What did you like about being a landlord? What didn't you like about being a landlord? For someone who might be looking at getting into that,
Well, it's back to your experts and your team.
Yeah.
I personally, I could go and work a day in the OR and make more money than it would cost for me to have somebody go, rip out a bathroom floor and do it. So,
Yep.
It was key to interview my property managers. I had a really good property manager over the years that basically brought me good deals too. If another business owner was trying, or they had an estate sale or a death in town where she was managing other people, she referred people. So I never really did want to do the physical labor. I was actively involved in participating in the negotiating the deals, things like that. I wanted to be an active participant because I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yep.
It was the art of the deal. We love making deals. And knock on wood, fortunately, I've done real estate. To my knowledge, I haven't lost any money on any deal because I bought it right.
That's key. Hasn't lost any money on any real estate deal.
Right.
You've probably lost some money on some stock investments.
We don't want to talk about that. Yeah, hopefully no financial planners are watching this video. Well, I'll be honest with you. Part of our meeting Monday, I also included, my financial planner here.
Yep.
And I was telling them that they professionally teach me how to lose money, But he finally, after about 5 or 10 years of being an advisor, he said, Sam, I can't make the returns you're making in real estate. So that's when we talked about asset allocation and we talked about diversifying into real estate. But no, I love the game of real estate. It's been fun. But again, it's surrounding yourself with people that, I've read book after book. I've listened to, celebrities on Instagram like you, all along the way.
I don't know if I'm a celebrity, but okay.
Well, we could name a lot of these guys. There's always something you can get out of listening to someone.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of these guys that are on the internet and, pushing books and pushing systems. I won't discount any of them. I can learn something from all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome. So you talk about that. So what are some of your favorite podcasts or books that you've read that kind of helped encourage you along the way in your journey?
Well, I think we all go back to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right?
Okay.
I mean, they are, that are years ago. His
oldie but
books,
goodie.
Yeah. And I never was one for leveraging a lot of debt. I didn't do it. In fact, you hear people talk about side hustles. Anesthesia was my side hustle.
Okay.
I went and bought a house, then I earned the money and paid it off. Went and bought another one, paid it off. Or I'd go buy a house to flip it and take that money to go buy something. So I didn't go crazy. Now, some of the people now I listen to is guys like Grant Cardone. I like Grant. I like Brandon Turner. But these guys, for me personally, I didn't really care to leverage $500 million. Now I know there's a place for them, and I'm not saying it's wrong, and maybe I will grow into it. In fact, my son, my children, I'm sure they will grow into it. They don't mind the debt. But I'm conservative, my age group.
Okay.
So, but I think all those guys bring tremendous value. And the stories that they have, sometimes we see the rah-rah of guys like Grant and these guys, but if we know the real story they came and how they achieved it, you got to give them, credit.
Awesome. So you feel like your real estate has really catapulted your portfolio substantially versus some of the other investing that you've done over the years?
Well, what was the great news was that I was able to build a business and sell it. There's also a lot of people, as you know, out there that now they say the greatest transfer of wealth in the next generation is buying existing businesses.
Yep.
I just personally, at this time of my life, I'd rather, have my kids and my grandkids at the pool, and be in the office in there and working on real estate. So what we did is we took that business income and used it as seed money to either buy real estate, do some private lending, some bridge funding, transactional lending, whatever they want to call it. So that's one aspect of the business we're doing now, as well as the buy and hold and flips and Airbnbs, all that. We've tried to diversify. I know, again, there's some people that want you to specialize in one thing. I've always liked to hedge my bets, and have a little bit of everything. So,
yeah. And would you say that it sounds like you're basically saying that the real estate has set you up in a way that you have sufficient income coming in from that real estate where you can easily retire and not really have to worry about too much, right? You've got enough coming in from the passive income from that real estate. You don't have to put in 40, 50-hour work weeks anymore. No. You could do, maybe 10 hours a week if you're lucky, managing your rental properties and just enjoying the poolside with your kids, and your future grandkids.
Future grandkids, got a lot of nieces and nephews, and we love that. I think that again, the whole idea of creating that income so you can enjoy your time, that's crucial. And I've been telling my children, buy assets, not liabilities. And I think these loans are bringing in. There's less, we're very, very cautious on the lending side of things, probably more conservative than any other private lender. But again, I want to stay here and not have to worry about going back to work.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Well, anything else that you wanted to mention to the audience about either your history, your background, or any words of encouragement, as maybe you got some young person who's just starting out, same place that you were when you started out, and kind of what to do along the way to...
Well, I think one of the things that kind of is the push for me, we also, we love giving away, back to we're very spiritual minded. We try to be, and giving back. The nice part about real estate, we've funded, we've bought a 4-unit quadplex and donated to a private university that's faith-based, and now they're able to provide revenue ongoing. So one time you do the money. But I think the other thing that's, at least that I like to tell people, start young, right? You want them to start young. And one of the things that I'm really trying to do is instill in my children the values that we have, not only of faith and family and friends, but instill a value that they can do this thing too. They don't need to work as hard as I did if they'll do it the right way, by buying assets and not liabilities. And my goal, my passion at this point, is to instill these things in my children it's kind of like the disciples, right? We go teach one another, and
Yep.
hopefully, people can expand. But yeah, my passion at this point is helping my children grow something into a big way, and having them achieve something even bigger and better than I have.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. I love that. So, and I agree 100%. You have to, when you create your spending plan or your budget, whatever you want to call it, you got to make sure you're always setting aside a portion of that for charitable giving, whether it's spiritual like Sam here, or if it's just giving to some nonprofit. You always want to kind of give back as you're growing, no matter what higher being you might believe in, right? It's just an altruistic way to ensure your future success, because karma, it's just karma, right? You get what you give, kind of thing, in a sense, right? So, pull people up along with you. Don't, just kind of be too greedy, right? You want to kind of give back along the way, and I think that's so essential. That's great advice there, Sam.
Investing, pressed
Yeah.
down, shaken, and it'll come back to you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, thanks for taking some time
Oh
with
man,
me, Sam.
it's
I
been an
really
honor to
appreciate
have
it.
you
Yeah.
here, man. Everybody needs to use this guy. I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for a long time, and he brought great value today. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it. Thank
Appreciate
you
the
for
feedback.
coming. Thank
Yep.
you.
All right. See you guys later. This has been another wonderful episode of the Ignite Business Talks podcast, or YouTube video, whatever you want to call it, right? We'll be back with more great content in the future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, spread the word, people. We're going to bring you a lot of great content here. And this has been another wonderful video. Thanks to Sam here for hosting us here at his house in Palm City, Florida. And we'll talk to you guys some more later. Peace.
Thanks.